The media is finally vetting the Democratic Socialists of America's political platform, and it's not going too well for them. Check this out.
Your policy agenda on law enforcement is to defund police, ultimately to get rid of police departments, and also to get rid of prisons and jails, correct?
Yes.
If my daughter is assaulted and raped, is there any agency that would seek to find her assailant and bring him to justice?
Of course. Yeah, of course.
What
Absolutely.
would it be if not police, and where would he be if not a jail?
I really want to avoid getting kind of caught into these hypotheticals and talk more about the reality that we're actually facing right now, which is that we're spending absolutely outrageous amounts of money on police and policing, and we're not spending money on things that actually make people safe and feel safe, which is things like actually well-lit streets, the streetlights in Los Angeles. Everybody agrees it's a huge problem.
Whenever $100,000 a year, how much of every dollar should they be able to keep?
I think the tax rate on most middle-class Americans, and
Oliver,
Sean,
give me a number.
It's not that
how
easy.
much out of every dollar should they be able to keep?
On cable news, but
how much of every dollar should they be able to keep? It's a simple question. How much are you willing to let the government take? How much? Give us a number.
I want to see a return on our taxpayer investment. We pay
Give us a number.
The WNBA has not been a profitable business since its inception. But with the recent trans movement going on right now when it comes to the WNBA, really when it comes to WNBA defending the trans movement, will this approach bring more revenue to the WNBA or wound its brand? Check this out.
This is the Jeunet. This is, go back a little bit to show the previous, go all the way to the front. This is how she plays. Look, damn girl. She's obviously very sweet. She doesn't at all have any negative intent at all. She doesn't hit hard, and she plays very clean basketball.
White privilege.
And watch what she does to the eyes. You see?
Ooh,
goes
wow.
for the eyes. Yeah. So you can pause it right there. You can pause it right there. So then the coach says, no, I don't think she would ever do anything dirty. She would never do that. The internet goes after her. Then she's like, wait a minute, how dare you guys call me out? She says, I did not see the foul in her message. She's getting destroyed right now on the internet, and well-deserved. Watch this.
The play in the last game, I didn't see the play in real time.
That's her in the back.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Straight to a press conference.
So you can pause it right there.
And that's her right there.
That's her in the
picture?
back, and that's the foul. What do you mean you can't see the foul?
Unbelievable.
And she says she got a better view than some of the referees got.
Because the WNBA subsidizes everything from the NBA, so they don't have to worry about being profitable. They don't have to worry about ratings or sales or viewership because they subsidize from the men. So I think if they had to be concerned about those things, like, again, a normal functioning business has to do, then they would. But they've very much taken the Bud Light approach, but they don't have to worry about the repercussions. Again, the classic Bud Light example.
I'm done with the WNBA, bro. I'm tired of it. Is that bad? I'm furious. No, am I wrong?
So where are you at with this?
I'm just, Vinny, I mean this sincerely. Thank you for coming over.
Finally, you got me.
Thank you. Just stay out of
FYI, just so you know, that's not happening. The first team in WNBA just got $1 billion valuation. Their revenue's up to $500 million. They're not profitable yet, so it's not like they're making money now. But Vinny, there is no way this thing's going away because the simple fact that we're talking about it right now means it's relevant.
But the conversation around digital banking is heating up. Guys, we're going to continue our discussion on the business model that no one has heard of called digital banking. We're going to go a little bit deeper on how you can benefit from this shift in banking. Check this out.
How digital banking is quietly creating the next wave of millionaires. The future of money is no longer being built inside bank branches. It's being built in the cloud. By 2023, the world had more than 235 fully licensed digital banks, with hundreds more offering digital banking services. And here's the real secret. The investors who understand this shift early are the ones who will capture the largest gains in wealth creation over the next decade. Today, you're going to understand that blueprint, how digital banking, neobanks, AI, open APIs, robo-advisors, and embedded finance are rewriting the rules of wealth. And more importantly, how you can use these tools to multiply your money faster, safer, and smarter than ever before. Welcome to Money.
Turn up to another level. We gon' give him all the praise, cause it ain't nobody better. We gon' turn up to another level. We gon' give him all the praise, cause it ain't nobody better. Can't help myself. can't help myself. When I get to praising up in this place, I lose my breath. I lose my breath. I can't help myself. When I
Why they party? I'm in here grinding. Money I'm stacking. Why they rock diamonds? I can't relate to them, ain't much in common. I set a goal for me 2 or 3 commas. 7 figures, 8 figures to 9 figures. On a slow pace to get rich quick. Same time we just think different. Cause when you make it, it hit different.
What it do, y'all? It's your partner Dale back in the saddle again for another edition of the Countermove Podcast. On Thursday, guys, it has been a very, very busy day for your partner. I'm kind of tired, but I'll be all right. It is what it is, guys. It's part of being a daddy, a husband, and a businessman. If you guys could do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe, guys. And if there's a little bell on the section to where when a platform that you see that you bring your partner on, click on that bell. So when I come live, you can come kick it with your mans and them, y'all. But man, let's dive into the topics today. This is going to be a very good topic for today, guys. There's been a lot of news going on. Of course, you guys know that it is election season, so everybody and their mama's talking about it. But I'm talking a little bit about it, but not that much. Here are our topics for today, guys. Number one, guys, we have man. Oh, that's not what I wanted at all. Hold on one second, guys. That's for tomorrow. All right, here is our topics for today, guys. Boom. Number one, man, we got 3 topics. Number one, the socialist blueprint, man. Have y'all been seeing that both the liberal and the conservative media have been vetting the socialist movements, the Democratic Socialists of America's platform? They've been actually vetting the crap out of their policies. And it ain't been pretty good. Number 2, man, WNBA, man, what's going on with that league, brother? We're gonna talk about, man, they have something happened between Sophie Cunningham and another female. I think her name was Dejanay, about that foul. And then there's been a trans movement as well, also, guys. And there's been a counter movement on to kind of see what the WNBA is going to do. We're going to see. Are these issues benefiting the brand, and is it going to increase the brand from a valuation standpoint and awareness, or is it going to destroy its brand? We'll talk about that. And lastly, guys, in our series called Protecting the Bag, guys, we're going to talk about, man, how banking truly works, fractional reserve lending, and we're going to continue our discussion on digital banking, and we're going to talk about how this actually links into the Iran war, So we talk about how banking works, how it links into the Iran war, what Trump's really planning is right there, and how you can benefit from it if you understand what digital banking is. This is going to be a good topic. So get your pens and pads ready for this one, guys. All right. First topic for today, guys. Bow. Not that one, my bad. That's the second one. Man, the socialist blueprint, man, inside the Democratic Socialists of America's policy platform, man, I gotta say, with my chest, both the conservative and the liberal media has been putting the screws properly to this DSA movement. They've been really vetting their media, their political platform, their policy platform, which is what you should be doing. All right, guys, we're going to dive into this now. Now, I am going to use primarily one person on this because I can get to this information a lot faster than the other ones, right? And we're going to look at just him covering what the media is doing. And it is not good for the Democratic Socialists of America, guys. Again, socialism is a threat to this democracy. I'm sorry, to this Democratic Republic. That's what it is. It is a threat, guys. It is not doing too good. But let's dive into it. Let's go to the first topic, man. Let's begin to vet their policies too. All right. Here is the first policy that I want to look at real fast, y'all. And I mean, this gets bad quick. I mean, the nonsensical stuff that I actually see when it comes to what they're talking about, it is laughable, guys. It's laughable. So let's hold on one second. Boom. Here is a Democratic Socialist. I'm gonna get rid of this over there real fast. Here is a socialist, guys, talking about defunding police as well as going the prison, right? Shutting down prisons. And watch the question from the media person interviewing this person, and listen to her answers. Her answers are, just listen to the answers, guys. This man, here we go.
You want to see the stupidity of the commie fascist socialists and their doomer buddies trying to destroy the United States? Here's Frances Gill. She's asked a simple question like, hey man, you know, if my daughter got raped or something, God forbid, like who shows up? The social worker? Because I'd really like that person who did that to be put in jail. Pretty common sense, right? Check this out.
Your policy agenda on law enforcement is to defund police, ultimately to get rid of police departments, and also to get rid of prisons and jails, correct?
Yes.
If my daughter is assaulted and raped, is there any agency that would seek to find her assailant and bring him to justice?
Of course. Yeah, of course.
What
Absolutely.
would it be if not police, and where would he be if not a jail?
I really want to avoid getting kind of caught into these hypotheticals and talk more about the reality that we're actually facing right now, which is that we're spending absolutely outrageous amounts of money on police and policing, and we're not spending money on things that actually make people safe and feel safe, which is things like actually well-lit streets. The streetlights in Los Angeles, everybody agrees it's a huge problem.
Whenever you ask one of these socialists,
So hold on. So what she's saying that, oh my God, I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta. She's saying, all right, that she's saying, guys, that she wants to defund the police. She wants to shut down prisons. Listen to the question that the media journalist asked about, you know, if his daughter is raped, who would be the senator that actually go after the person for justice? And number two, where would they put him? She pivoted over to lighting of the streets. That's going to solve the problem. So now we get to see the person commit the act. This is the thinking. This is socialist thinking. Utopia. That's what it is. Utopia. It is. Guys, that's one. So it is, and they never answer the question. Let's keep it going, y'all. We're not done, y'all. Let's keep it going. Let's go to the second one. Now, this is the gentleman that went on, and I don't know why he did this. This Democratic Socialists of America. This dude went on Hannity and got his behind handed to him. Okay? So let's listen to this real fast. It did not go well for this guy. This is about taxes. Okay, about taxes. Again, we're wanting answers to these questions. Say it again for the folk in the back row. We are wanting answers to these questions. That's what we want. We want answers. Now, let's see what he says. Let's go.
watch this guy. He's asked a very simple question by Hannity. You want to hike taxes on these people? Just give us a number. I mean, you're running for office. You should have a number in your head. He deliberately pretends like not to have the number because his number is everything. And he just doesn't want to say it because the rule would pen him in. Check this out.
Somebody making $100,000 a year, how much of every dollar should they be able to keep?
I think the tax rate on most middle-class Americans, and
Oliver,
Sean,
give me a number.
It's not that easy.
How much out of every dollar should they be able to keep?
On cable news, but
how much of every dollar should they be able to keep? It's a simple question. How much are you willing to let the government take? How much? Give us a number.
I want to see a return on our taxpayer investment. We pay
Give us a number.
Folks, this is deliberate. This guy, he knows exactly what he's doing. He's pretending not to know something. The number is everything, but they can't tell you that. So they can't put a rule or a number in place that would pen them in. He could have said anything. He could have said, I want 75%. But he didn't say that. By choice, because it's not 75% of your wealth. It's all of it. They don't want an objective truth out there. They want to subjectively treat everybody different depending on if you help them or get in their way.
I let Dan just keep going because he actually said it better than I could say it. They want all your wealth. That includes your retirement, all your investment gadgets you have, whether it be 401ks, IRAs, Roth IRAs, 403bs, traditional investments, private investments, real estate, gold, silver. They want it all. They believe that it belongs to them, but they won't say it on camera because they can be held to the fire. That's called deception. Okay, all right, guys, we're not done. We're not done, y'all. Let's get to it. Now, here is another person. Now, this is another person. Now, let's go to New York. Because in New York, they actually have this so-called, what do you call it? Grocery store. They want the grocery store now. Now watch this, guys. Concerning, they don't even know their own policy. They don't even know their own policy. Okay, concerning what Zohran Mamdani is putting out there. Listen to this, guy. They don't even know their own policy. Let's get to it.
Government supermarkets? What is this, the Soviet Union? She doesn't even know anything about the plan. She's like, yeah, Mamdani's going to be able to sell groceries for cheaper than people who actually sell groceries for a living, but not because there's any taxpayer money involved. He's just like a super genius who figured it out. This lady's just an idiot. Check this out.
I don't understand how Mamdani can afford to sell groceries at 30% less if most grocery stores operate at a 1% to 2% profit. You said it yourself. You don't understand. There's nothing that says the costs of these groceries are going to be fueled by your tax dollars. If you're saying that, you're just making it up.
It says that New York City will deploy various resources to make the partnership successful and financially sustainable for grocery store operators. New York City will provide operating financial support to the operators in the form of an affordability payment.
All you had to do was look it up, man. That's it. I know it's tough for you to look in the mirror and say, gosh, I'm an idiot. I know that's hard. There's going to be a reckoning there. I understand. Government.
So she spoke very confident about something that she did not know because she didn't read the damn policy. That's all she had to do, but she didn't. So it is very evident that when a grocery store has a 2 or 3% delta of profit there, it depends on what product, which is fine. How in the world is Zohran Mamdani going to sell it at a 30% discount? The numbers don't make no sense. The math ain't mathing until you decide to subsidize it with taxpayer money for the city of New York, which means citizens of New York, your taxes are going up. Yes, they are. The government does not make a good or service. The source of revenue is just taxes. Hello, McFly. This is not hard to understand unless you are living under a damn rock. The taxes are going up just like this Bama said. He balanced the budget. He lied to you. He just borrowed the money from the state. And some people say, well, the state owed him the money. It's still debt. It's still debt. It's not profit. It's debt. This ain't hard to understand, y'all. Good God. And people are voting for this. Y'all are voting for this. This is, yes, sir, you deserve it. You deserve it. Hey, we're not done. Now, y'all, hey, they talk about the black folks now. They talk about the black folks now. Okay, the black folks, come on now. You know, hey, I'm black. So this is important to your partner. Now, okay, so Here is Hassan Piker. Now, why am I sharing this for? Because he's traveling around with these Bamas. You know what I'm talking about? They love this dude. Don't you worry about it. We're going to put him on Front Street today. So, guys, here is Hassan Piker. What was his last name? Piker, what his name is. And he's talking about what they really think about black voters. I'm going to let this sit there for a second. Now, here we go. Let's see what he says. Here we go.
They're using you for power. They don't care about you. They will send your kid to the crappiest schools in the country on a whim just because they can. Here's Hassan Piker. Why do I keep playing this guy? Because they trotting this guy out on the campaign trail. They love him. The same party that claims to be a big advocate for black civil liberties, civil rights, black empowerment. Really? Check this out.
What black people care about. Oh, black people care about this. Black people care about that. Like, shut the up. That's not how politics works. Like it or not, black people care about this issue. It's like, it's such a stupid stance. Any other black folk want to engage in radical activist language in this chat? My yes, dude, it's because I'm racist. That's why. Go back to a better time when lynchings were happening.
That's just his words, guys. That's just his words. I want you to understand, nobody forced prominent Democrat candidates for Congress in the United States to go and campaign with this guy. Nobody. They did it because why? Because they wanted to.
Again, guys, this is the DSA movie right here, guys. I ain't gotta say nothing. You heard what he said. Vote accordingly. Vote accordingly. If you vote for this mess, you deserve it. We're not done, y'all. It gets worse. It gets worse, y'all. It gets worse. Now, y'all, let's bring in y'all again. Guys, we're talking about the socialist blueprint, how the media is exposing the whole platform. We ain't done, y'all. Let's get into the page. Let's get into it. Now, here we go, guys. Here is another one, y'all. I mean, it just keeps coming. And full disclosure, I'm using Dan Bongino because I can get the information faster by using him. It would take me all day to get it everywhere else. So he covered what I wanted to cover. Here is the guy that actually won in Dearborn, Michigan. I think it's Sayed, what his name is. He's a rising star in the Democrat Party movement. DSA. Now, full disclosure, a lot of liberals said that they do not like what this DSA movement. We finna see. We finna see how y'all vote. Let's see. Now, he had made some comments in the past about some stuff, and you know when it comes to president politics, they're gonna find some stuff on you. Well, they found some stuff. Okay, here we go. Let's get to it.
Before launching his campaign, Al-Sayed removed 100-plus YouTube videos from his 2022-2024 account. Transcripts show him floating replacing the Second Amendment, urging an end to July 4th fireworks, blasting GOP's focus on the border. His campaign says they don't reflect his beliefs today. That's so weird. Anyone in the chat change your beliefs before President Trump got elected again? You believe in the Second Amendment, prosperity-inducing tax cuts, right? Nothing's changed. Why do they change their minds on everything the minute they win an election? The answer is because they don't believe in anything but power. They will flip you the double battle middle finger and lie to you. Objective truths, values, rules, and principles are all white supremacy to them. Folks, they're like freaking chameleons. They're just bullshitting you. Before
vote accordingly. We're not done, y'all. We're not done, y'all. We're gonna stay on Al-Sayed. Now he went on to I think it's NBC. Yeah, I think it's NBC. You know, Face the Nation. All right, Face the Nation. Here we go. Now, here is. I'm sorry. Meet the Press. Meet the Press. Here is him going on here, and this is a question about taxes. It didn't go too well. Let's get to it.
I haven't seen a mainstream political figure, someone running as a U.S. Senate nominee for the Democrats. I haven't seen someone answer a question about hiking middle-class taxes like this since I was 10 and Walter Mondale was running for the Democrats and got blown out. Not this one. Watch this clip. I can't believe he told the truth. Check this out.
To be very clear, you're describing this trade-off. You are effectively acknowledging that people making less than $1 million could see their taxes go up. I just want to be very clear. Is that a yes?
I'm saying that we'd be paying for healthcare in a different way. Instead of paying a health insurance company whose CEO makes $20 million, I would much rather pay for durable healthcare into a government, which, of course, we all know provides healthcare for seniors who need healthcare the most. So if I'm trading paying a CEO to make more money or paying a government to guarantee me healthcare, I'm picking the latter every time.
Holy Moses, he told the truth. He's finally telling the truth that the reason government healthcare doesn't work is because, number one, the government doesn't give a shit about your healthcare. When your government healthcare sucks, you are screwed. There is nowhere to go. You can't swap your government for another government. I haven't seen a guy.
So he wants government-controlled healthcare. That's just healthcare for all. Yep. I love what Dan said at the end. Dan said you can't switch a government-sponsored healthcare to another government. Like if you don't like playing Blue Cross Blue Shield, you can go somewhere else. You can go to the health sharing model, a whole different industry, a pay system. You can go from Blue Cross Blue Shield over to Aetna. When you're on government insurance, you can't go nowhere. This is a thought, y'all. We're not done. It gets well, we are done, y'all. So, guys, again, here are my thoughts on this entire thing, guys, real quickly. Am I concerned about the DSA movement? Yes and no. I would say the DSA movement, socialism has never worked. And it will never work because it needs capitalism for it to work. And it will never work at all. So with that being stated, guys, you're seeing the buffoonery in their thinking. It didn't make any mathematical sense. And they literally live in think as a hive. They live in their own utopia. It don't make no sense. The math ain't mathing. The sense ain't sensing. It's not. And I mean it respectfully, because of the fact that, guys, just vote accordingly. Because man, when you are saying that people don't know what they're talking about, right? About your policy, and the people that are actually vetting your policy know better than you do, that's a problem. Now see why I call people that actually praise socialism clapping seals. Is because of the fact that they don't know what, they have no clue what anything means. Math goes out the window. Sense is gone. It's all bubblegum popcorn and cherries. Nothing makes sense. This is the buffoonery. These Bama's are really thinking about voting for AOC for president in 2028. Don't be surprised if she's on the ballot. A former bartender. This is so what? Oh my God! I gotta find that video. Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it today on the podcast. I'm gonna try to find it. But I'm gonna find it real fast while I'm doing this. You guys, you gotta see this video. It just came to my mind, guys. Give me a second. Let me get it to you real fast. Because it fits exactly what I'm talking about. This gentleman, what he did, he went into how he compared China with the U.S., but what he did was he looked at let's see here, cancel. He looked at how socialism or communism came into being, and he killed it. And he talked about the elites. Let me get to it real fast. Let's see. Politics. There we go. Come on. And there it is. Here it is. Hold on, y'all. Let me share it to my screen real fast. Here you go. For your mama Nim. Yeah, I got it, y'all. I got it. Sure did. Give me a sec here. Go and copy that little thing, Nip. What? Yep. Appreciate your love. Get out the way. Move out the way. Move. All right, cool. And here it is, guys. I want you guys to see how this guy breaks this down. He breaks down how socialism actually came into play. He breaks it down. It is so good. Let me get to it real fast. Boom. Get rid of this. It matches exactly what we're talking about. Let's see it. Boom. Let's go here. And there we go. All right, y'all. Let me stop it. All right. Here. Oh, come on. There we go. Let me get back. Okay, let me get back. Whoa, where'd he go? Okay.
Student professional revolutionaries. It was true in China and it's true here. The revolutions are started by entitled brats of academia and high society who failed in the real world. These stories are so similar. Half the CCP founders, elite university, campus activists, perpetual student, professional revolutionaries. Look at Daria Liza. She had a Columbia degree, PhD program, full-time activist. Now she's headed to Congress. China had Mao Zedong. He was a clerk at Peking University, which was like the Harvard of China. Mao used to make 8 yuan a month, and the dean of that college made 400 yuan a month. So he was mad. He burned the system down. Similarly, we have Claire Valdez. She's one of Zoran's posses. She had a staff job at Columbia. She had an art degree. She watched the people upstairs get rich in her college while she just filed paperwork. So she resented the system and she became a union boss, and now she's headed to Congress to tear down the system. China had Zhou Enlai. He was a valedictorian of the most elite progressive school in China. He studied abroad, polished, connected. He was rejected by elite China. So he joined the revolution. Who do we have? We have Zoran. Similarly, his dad was a Columbia professor from elite society. His mom is a famous filmmaker. He tried to join that echelon. He tried rapping and making it in the arts. Nobody cared. So he picked socialism, and now he runs New York City. See what I'm saying? We might not be China, and history might not repeat, but it definitely rhymes. The revolutions are not started by the poor. The poor provides the foot soldiers. The rejected elites, they are the ones who provide the ideology. It was true in China, and it's true.
As you guys can see, guys, I love how you broke it down to where the elites provide the ideas and the poor are the foot soldiers. And I love how this mirrors China. Now do you see why socialism is really communism? This is not hard to understand, y'all. This is very easy to understand. But unfortunately, this new generation, they don't like to read. They want to be told what to do. I just don't understand, guys. But again, guys, all I can tell you guys is real quickly, hey, vote accordingly. Say it again. Vote accordingly. Okay? Vote accordingly. All right, guys. Let's go to the next topic, guys, real fast, real quick. Boom. The WNBA. The WNBA, or some folks call it the W. They are back in town, guys. And this is their brand test, in my opinion, because I got asked a question concerning the league. Are league policies helping or hurting the business model? Okay, from a PR standpoint and evaluation standpoint, because the WNBA is fully subsidized by the NBA, fully. They make zero in profit, zero. Okay, zero. Now, let's bring in my man Danny Bubats again, Dan Bongino, and he talks about a specific play, right, that everyone knows about if you're not under a rock, right, and what trips me out, guys, is with this type of play, people are kind of looking at it like, I don't know, but let's see what's going on, y'all. Let's get it. Here we go.
The WNBA is just assassinating their brand. I've never seen anything business-wise so stupid as the way the WNBA has handled Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham. So in case you missed this little clip, Sophie Cunningham is this player. She's taken a stand for women's rights in sports, and she gets attacked by, what's this lady, Dejanay Carrington? I mean, just like assaulted. I grew up with the NBA. The NBA I grew up with, I loved. If you got in the paint in the NBA in the Bill Laimbeer Detroit Piston era, who in the chat knows what I'm talking about? You were getting crushed. I have no problem with Dejanay Carrington knocking someone's head off in the paint. Yep. So damn, why are you talking about it? Because sometimes they tell the truth. All this lady had to say is like, hey, I play rough, whatever it happened. Most people would have suspected an agenda, but they would have been like, whatever. It wouldn't have been like a huge global story. That's not what she said. She came out on Threads and made absolutely clear what was going on afterwards. The lady who tried to decapitate, she said, all caps, just in case you missed it, white privilege Indiana Fever, which is the team Sophie Cunningham plays for. I responded, asshole privilege, with the finger emoji down. You don't have to be white, Asian, Jewish, Muslim to take offense at, wait, so you tried to decapitate her because she's white and you think she's privileged? You even said Indiana Fever. The WNBA.
So there was an incident, guys, that actually happened to where, as you guys see at the bottom, I'll let it keep playing, to where Sophie Cunningham actually went up for layup. She made the layup, to be honest with you. She made it. And what happened was the young lady, Dejanay, hit her. It was a flagrant foul. It was a very physical foul, which is fine. And what happened is she got ejected, and that was the proper call. And as soon as she got into the locker room, what she did is she claimed white privilege. So let's watch this real fast. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let's watch it real fast, and look how she fouls her. Bow on top of the head. I mean, she came across her head. I mean, it was clear what she actually did, and she claimed white privilege for her getting ejected. And I think that she knew what she was doing, and she wanted some attention, so she got it. She got it, and it's not doing too well for her at all. Well, that kind of morphed into something else as well, but we get to that second portion in a second. You know what? I will say that one to the end, because that is, I'll say that to the end. All right. Now, something happened also to Sophie Cunningham, the lady that got fouled. She has made a lot of news because she was saying that men should not be playing against women, which I agree 1,000%. As a girl dad, that's important to me. I don't want my daughter playing against a man or a boy. And if that boy is actually playing against girls, that says something about his character. He could make it with the boys. So you think it's wise for you to play with girls. That's trash. No. 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 Under no circumstance would I be okay with a boy playing against my daughters, pretending to be a girl. No. But the WNBA, what they have done is they've opened up the floodgates. They came out and said that you had Sophie Cunningham said that she believes that men should not be playing with women. I agree. Then what happened was, I think a coach who I believe is gay, which okay, is gay, came out and didn't really back her at all. And this is what words they use, these words like inclusion, stuff like that. And then you had I'm gonna let them play it. This is CNN, and they're reporting on you'll see two guys on here, Enes Kanter and Royce White. Now, these are two former NBA players, and they were not scrubs. Okay, they were not scrubs. They were not superstars, but they were not scrubs. Specifically, Royce White. Okay. Now, listen to what CNN says about what's going on, guys. Then I'll comment a little bit more. Here we go. Let's get into it.
These former NBA players say they're going to join the Women's League. But why and how? Well, they're actually doing it in protest of the WNBA's rules, which say that all players must be women without defining women.
I'm transgender. I identify as sometimes identifying as a woman for purposes of basketball, professional basketball. So I'll be declaring for the WNBA draft in 2027 as well.
Based on the current guidelines, I can and am officially declaring my eligibility for the upcoming WNBA draft in May 2027.
To be clear, they aren't being serious. They're mocking the WNBA's rules and they're against transgender people playing in the league. It's because the new WNBA collective bargaining agreement signed earlier this year says only players who are women are eligible to play in the WNBA. But it doesn't define women or spell out how eligibility for transgender players is determined.
These players are stepping up to make a political statement. Unfortunately, frankly, unsurprising that some cis men want to insert themselves in a way that's inappropriate into women's sports. And I think it's just another way that women's sports gets attacked when it's been thriving and doing so well, especially the WNBA.
For context, there aren't any transgender women playing in the WNBA now. The two declarations came after WNBA player Sophie Cunningham spoke out against transgender participation in women's sports. She said girls in sports shouldn't have to compete against what she called biological men in a recent interview with ESPN.
If anybody is taking these talking points as legit or believing they're protecting young girls in sports, I just have to ask, are you serious?
Why she decided to make this an issue and start to attack trans individuals is a very curious thing. All of us who are fans out there of the WNBA, the NBA, of any sports that are out there, are seeing through what this is, which is, it's just another distraction.
The WNBA Players Association released a statement on Friday in response to all of this, saying, "We embrace justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion, and that hate, abuse, and demonization of any person or group of people, including transgender people, only fuel fear, division, and harm."
It's not something that we should give any more moment to. What I would rather focus on is, let's list out the things that we all can do to support women in sports and to make women's sports better, and none of them are to then ban trans women in that sport.
These form.
Okay. All right. Well, there's been a response, and I'll give you my response in a second. Okay. Women are responding. Okay. Women. All right. Here is, I forget her name, but forgive me. Once you guys see her, you know her name. But she responded to this as well, and I gotta say she had a point. She did well. Let's go.
The WNBA subsidizes everything from the NBA, so they don't have to worry about being profitable. They don't have to worry about ratings or sales or viewership because they subsidize from the men. So I think if they had to be concerned about those things, like, again, a normal functioning business has to do, then they would. But they've very much taken the Bud Light approach, but they don't have to worry about the repercussions. Again, the classic Bud Light example, they dressed a man like Audrey Hepburn, put him in a bathtub and gave him a beer. I don't know who they thought this was going to appeal to in their target base, or who I would believe their target base would be, because
there was no lie. There was no lie at all shared there. She's spot on. Spot on. All right. All right. Now, let's keep it going. Now, here is Riley Gaines is her name. She responds also to the two men, Royce White and Enes Kanter, declared for the WNBA draft.
Said, okay, cool. Let's see what she had to say about this as well. Here we go.
Oh my gosh, it's happening. A former NBA star has now declared himself a prospect for the WNBA. This is Enes Kanter Freedom. He is 6'10", 250 pounds. He now says that he has reviewed all of the eligibility requirements and criteria for the WNBA and has decided to declare himself eligible for the 2027 WNBA draft.
After careful consideration and reviewing the current eligibility guidelines, I am officially declaring myself a WNBA prospect. If simply declaring who you are is all that's required, then I meet every single requirement necessary to compete in the WNBA. My team and I have carefully examined the WNBA's eligibility criteria and governing framework surrounding self-identification and inclusion. Based on the current guidelines, I can and am officially declaring my eligibility for the upcoming WNBA draft in May 2027. I am definitely not here to mock, make fun of, or disrespect any community or personal choices. I am simply asking that the current rules be applied equally to everyone. The rules that represent the very values many WNBA players and coaches have publicly advocated for. My team and I are prepared to ensure these guidelines are applied equally, consistently, and without exception. And I look forward to the WNBA honoring its stated principles. See you at training camp.
So what this forces the WNBA to do is put their money where their mouth is and draft Enes Kanter Freedom to a WNBA team, or change their policy, or I guess be called out on their bigotry. Inevitably, people are going to say that Enes Kanter Freedom is making a mockery of women's sport, but that's not how I see this. The people who advocate for men and women's sports are making the mockery. Enes Kanter Freedom is making a mockery of the mockery. And I think that's the most effective way to highlight the hypocrisy and the insanity of the things that they're actually advocating for. Several coaches support it. Even several WNBA players support it. So, let's say you WNBA, this South Park episode has now become like the blueprint. I want off this ride.
Now, in response to that, the WNBA called an emergency meeting, right? Now, remember, they had been defending, trans kids, essentially, trans to be able to play in the league, and CNN was basically shaming, yet a male shaming a WNBA player for standing up for women, for men not to play in the WNBA. I said that. I said it. That's wow. Anyways, talk about being inclusive. But it was the WNBA, when Enes Kanter and Royce White made these announcements, they called an emergency meeting. Okay, let's see what happened. All right, see what happened. Let's bring in my man Ruslan real fast. Ruslan covered this very well, and see what he had to say. Here is them actually calling this meeting. Let's get into it. Here we go.
All right, so the WNBA's secret meeting backfired spectacularly, particularly on the question, can biologically born men, two men in particular that played in the NBA, be able to make themselves eligible for the draft? What is their official position on this? Well, they had a meeting about it today, and shocker, they solved nothing. So it says ex-NBA players declare themselves women for WNBA 2027 draft. Freedom posted that WNBA stance requires accepting anyone who claims to be a woman, while White shared posts about trans existence. So these are two former NBA players that are making themselves eligible, and they said that one of them is running as the first black trans lesbian president. Okay, so this is amazing. This comes after the league's anti-hate task force, including team presidents and GMs, met to discuss transgender participation, but reached no new eligibility rules. Punchline, they cannot tell you or me or all their players or black lesbian trans women what is a woman. Big shocker. I thought this was settled. Apparently it's not. WNBA's collective bargaining agreement limits rosters to women without defining the term. A spokesperson denounced bad faith efforts amid ongoing stakeholders talks focused on competition, integrity, and inclusion. This is from their meeting. It says, today's meeting covered a wide range of topics, including ongoing discussion on transgender athletes and the continued hate and vitriol directed at players online. We will continue to engage all league stakeholders in the coming weeks and months. So, punchline, they didn't figure out anything. They didn't solve anything, all right? and they put together an entire task force for the secret meeting, and they got nothing. So this is how it's being reported.
This meeting covered a wide range of topics, including ongoing discussions on transgender athletes and the continued hate and vitriol directed at players online. There are no immediate eligibility matters affecting the WNBA. Yes, there are. And we strongly denounce the bad faith efforts to use these topics to demean or marginalize others. In other words, we have no idea how to handle this.
Well, and they say there's no matters at hand they have to deal with. There are.
Yes, too.
Because with Enes Kanter and Royce White declaring their eligibility.
Enes Kanter, freedom, okay? Don't dead name him. Her.
I looked through the 409-page plea bargain, basically sort of constitution that the WNBA has. And it says that to be eligible, you have to be a, quote, woman. But nowhere in all of that 409 pages does it define what a woman is. So when they had a meeting yesterday, they should have just sat down and said, okay, item number one, what does the W in our name say?
That's amazing. Yeah. All right, and there is now Enes Kanter freedom training. Of course, they have his breasts blurred out, as they should. Of course, they have her breasts blurred out.
Just say the right pronoun.
As they should. And so, yeah, he's getting ready. And again, the same thing. Today's meeting covered a wide range of topics, including ongoing discussion on transgender athletes. We will continue to engage all league stakeholders in the coming weeks. Hey. So basically a big nothing sandwich with regards to any sort of position that they came, because
I know what's going behind the scenes.
Their own standards just say a woman. They don't define what a woman is. And so I'm so excited for where this is all going to go. We got to acknowledge some other memes on this topic. It's pretty great. The WNBA trying to figure out how to let men play in their league, but not Enes Kanter and Royce White. That's amazing. I love that. This one's also my favorite. This is WNBA leadership watching Matt Walsh's What is a Woman? That's so good.
Yo, man. Hey, okay. In a second, I'm going to give you guys my whole take, but let's bring him and my partner PBD. They covered it as well, guys. And this was kind of laughable. Good. What's happening with them is really their fault. It's on them. But here is my boy PBD and him talking about this man real fast. Let's get into it. Let's go.
When you think about a misogynist, who do you think about? Who has mainstream media made us believe is the biggest misogynist out there?
Andrew Tate. There he goes.
Andrew Tate. You know, what else would you call him? Chauvinistic, misogynistic.
There's other words they use, but
give me the words. Give me the appropriate words that they've categorized them as. You know, Andrew Tate.
Called them a rapist.
Okay, they've called them all these other words,
child
right?
Predator.
But if we were to say who defends more men than Andrew Tate, I would tell you no institution defends men and protects them more than the WNBA. No institution.
Most definitely.
The WNBA is more misogynistic. And is more chauvinistic than Andrew Tate.
Nice.
You got it. I said it. You know why?
Yes, you did.
Because the WNBA, two coaches, one of them being Caitlin Clark's coach, the other one being a coach that they just went up against. They were having a game, and at this game, she decides to wear a shirt at the game playing against Sophie Cunningham. After Sophie made the comments about transgender, she wears the shirt, if you can show it on the sidelines, what the shirt says. You know, trans kids, this is it right here. That's the coach. Trans kids belong. They had a conversation together. They walked up to each other. They had the talk. And by the way, just so you know, we did not know this. I Googled to see which side Cheryl Reeve is on. She's actually a lesbian. Nothing wrong with that. But they're having a conversation here to the left. That's Sophie and her talking. Then the post-game interview, she's being interviewed, the coach, and the question is asked. And here's what the coach had to say of the opposing team. If you can go to what the coach had to say of the opposing team in the post-game interview. There's a post-game interview that they're doing with the coach. This is her coach. There's a different one. It's the other coach of the team that they played up against. What they said. So did you guys have a conversation together? We did.
Yeah, that's it.
What was the conversation about? Go for it. I'm not going to tell you. Go ahead.
Before the game, you had a conversation with Sophie Cunningham.
I did.
If you want to share what you talked about, feel free. But
Absolutely.
More of my question is just how important is it to have those like in-person conversations with people that
I think it's
have
great.
different views?
I think it's great.
I think both of us understand that we have platforms, and, we both talked about, wanting to, more than anything, educate. And there are some things that, we have in common, and maybe some things you differ on, just like any issues. And I think it's how you handle things. And so
you can pause it right there. I want you to now watch what Caitlin Clark's
nice
coach had to say when she was questioned. This is Caitlin Clark's coach. Okay, go for it.
What is your stance on men or athletes who test as biological male participating in women's sports? What's your personal
Let's watch
stance?
her answer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I would say that I'm educated enough from a scientific standpoint.
Wow.
I don't ever believe that exclusion is an answer. I just don't.
Oh my.
No, but wait a minute. You got to keep playing it. Is this the only clip? Okay.
I think that's it.
Because she says, I used to play with men when I was a kid. I always played with men when I was a kid. And she answers the question like, I'm not a scientist. I'm not this. I'm not that. And then the game's being played yesterday. Sophie Cunningham gets hit in the face by an elbow that pretty much almost like massive foul. They called the foul on her. I don't even know if we can even play this clip or not. If you can see it, but right there, elbowed in the face. Look at that. Right, do it again.
Whose
on the
fault
elbow.
is that?
Elbow in the face like that,
Lost
and guess
teeth?
who got the foul? She got
did.
the foul, not the girl that went through this. So, Vinny, again, every time you think common sense is making a comeback, they do something like this. How do you react to this story?
And I know Adam's been very passionate about it. And every time Adam was like, I was kind of like in my head, like, give him a chance. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. I think it's time to get rid of the WNBA, period, full stop, and I'm dead serious. Okay, I'm sick and tired of them using this. No, Adam, I'm dead serious. Like, they're hemorrhaging money every single year. Every year, how much money they're losing? To $40 million, and they keep it afloat. And I'm sick and tired of this nonsense, this trans nonsense that keeps coming up. Right when you think it's over, it keeps coming back up like a resurfacing like a damn submarine. And in regard to her shirt, trans kids belong where? In the opposite sex bathroom? Or in a clinic getting injected with puberty blockers, or their breasts getting taken off? You know where trans kids belong? In therapy. Okay, they belong in therapy to find out what happened. Okay, how did you get to this mindset? Who talked to you? Were you on TikTok? Okay, were you talking? Who was influencing you to try to make you feel the way that you do? Okay, that's what we need when it comes to these trans kids, and they belong. Okay, the last thing we need is encouragement from this LGBT community who don't have any kids of their own, so they need your kids. They recruit your kids because that's how they make their community get bigger, Pat. I'm sick and tired of this freaking nonsense. And for your own coach to sit there and go, yeah, I don't have I'm not a biology major, so I don't know. It's very simple. Penis, the NBA, vagina, WNBA. What is this game, Pat? It's to me, it boggles my mind that society, we're still doing this with all the problems that we have in our society. We have to still play this trans kids belong. And listen, I pray for.
So Vinny goes on for a little bit, guys, which is cool. What I would like to do is to talk about the valuation point of it real fast, guys, real quickly. Let me see. And I think Pat goes into it real quickly. Here we go. Here's Pat talking about the valuation real fast, guys. Here we go.
Talking about they're going to fail.
Can I give you guys a stat?
We're gonna need a stat.
So check this out.
Oh my God.
There is 15 WNBA coaches. Okay, of the 15 WNBA coaches,
12.
5 of them are lesbians publicly that you know about it. 5 of them are lesbians, and even
hold on one second, guys. So that's not it.
Special today, and his mom was sitting next to me. She was so excited, Caitlin. What they're making you do is hate the damn sport. And both of those coaches, both Caitlin Clark's coach
and the Minnesota
and Cheryl Reeve's coach, they're both lesbians, part of the LGBTQ community. Yeah. Their decision, it is what it is. But for you to sit there and say trans kids belong, so you're saying men should compete against women, you protect men more than some of the biggest misogynists you hate. Nobody protects men more than the WNBA right now. It's so interesting what you guys are doing. It's comical to me. Yeah. It's funny to me. Adam.
I'm with you. At this point, it's just become a joke. Just for the record, what does the WNBA stand for?
From the lady that protected her, tried to get her out of Russia.
Right,
Go ahead,
exactly right.
These ladies ain't loyal.
The Olympics goes to great lengths to do hormone tests.
Coach, watch what she said. So tell me being a lesbian or not. So,
well, my bad, guys. They go a little bit more deeper, guys. I was looking for more of the valuation. But when it comes to the league, let me give you my thoughts on this whole thing. All right. And I am a girl dad, okay, whose daughter actively plays sports now, right? And is good at it. Under no circumstance am I okay with a male playing against my daughter or against any little girl or woman. Under no circumstances. Period. If I see it, you're gonna hear me. And if a dude pretending to be a woman thinks it's cool to play against a physically weaker person, which is a girl, a woman, and you think that's cool, something is wrong with you. Did you not make it when it came to playing against the guys? Don't you want competition? Under no circumstances is cool at all. Now, back to the valuation. Will this actually hurt the business? And before I get there, and what Enes Kanter and Royce West are doing, Royce White are doing, okay. Now you have to deal with your policies now, WNBA. So now this is a PR storm. So when you actually called for an emergency meeting, which for me was laughable, and you came back with no definitive answer, that was a business decision. All of these PR statements that players are making and the coaches are making, the Players Association are making for the WNBA, these are business decisions. And what's happening behind the scenes, guys, when they came to the meeting, it was about dollars. The suits came in. It was a business meeting. Nothing to do with social justice at all. Because the WNBA, as a business model, what they do is they don't have to worry about making any profit. Because they're fully subsidized by the NBA. They are a tax write-off for the NBA. So where's the consequence for a bad product? There's no consequence with it at all. So owners of WNBA teams who bought it for a certain amount of money, they've gotten richer by owning a team that's been fully subsidized by the NBA. Was that a pretty good plan, business-wise? Sure. So would this wound their brand? I would say no, it won't. From a valuation standpoint, dollar standpoint, because they don't have to worry about making no profit at all. Because why? They're already in the red, significantly in the red. So will this hurt their business model from a dollar standpoint? No, it won't. Because they ain't making no money right now. But from a PR standpoint, this is their Bud Light moment. This is their Bud Light moment. It is. And if it's not handled the right way, and we know how it should be handled, don't be surprised if you see a Bud Light response from your audience. But the WNBA doesn't care about none of that. That's secondary because their audience is the NBA. That's it. Because why? They're the ones cutting the check every single year. So this won't change any behavior at all. And I would not be surprised if they said that Enes Kanter and Royce Wright cannot play and make up some type of thing. We don't want to deal with any political type of situations at all. Now, it may be the case to where Enes Kanter and Royce would take them to court. Then it gets serious. But it wouldn't, from a PR standpoint, it wouldn't matter to them at all. Why? Because they're not making any money, guys. They're in the red significantly. They have no incentive to make any money to get into the green. Why? They've been fully subsidized by the NBA. Basically, the WNBA is basically operating like the welfare system of the United States. All this says, give me. I don't want to give me. I don't want to make any type of. I don't want to do any work at all. Period. Give me. The WNBA is saying, give me. I don't want to make any profit at all. Period. Give me. Because they are in the red and they will remain in the red. They have no incentive to be a profitable business. Why would they? Why would they? So I say this won't change anything at all. And I would not be surprised if they decide to ban both Enes Kanter and Royce. The reason why is because they're on the wrong side of the political aisle. This is now and has always been a political stance on the left. Sorry, well, I guess on the left, on the trans side. There's evidence, science that says that doesn't make any sense at all, but they don't care. In their minds, science is subjective. Is what it is. But under no circumstance am I for it at all. No. Are you a boy or a man? Go play with the men. Stop. Just go play with the men. No damn sense. All right, guys, let's go to the last topic, guys, real fast, which is what I love, guys. That was pretty good. That was pretty interesting. Let's go to our last topic real fast, and then we'll be out this boy. Y'all, thanks so much for keeping with your partner. Hey, man, we are. This is our segment called "Protecting the Bad Guys." Here we go. Networking hustle. All right, guys, this is Protecting the Bad Guys. This is our segment here, guys. We're going to talk about how banks really work. I've been on this digital banking business model, banking as a service tip for the last 2 or 3 weeks. And I've gotten a great response from people about this topic. And when we talk a little bit more about it, and I want to talk about a little bit more about it as well, guys. Last week, we talked about how the war in Iran tied into this digital banking thing. I'm going to revisit that for a split second. But I'm also talking about how banks actually work, right? And how digital banking is replacing the banks, and how this pivot to digital, which really it gained steam under Biden, and Trump is now taking it to another stratosphere. So both Biden and Trump are both agreed with this policy. Both of them did. Okay, both of them did. Both sides of the aisle agree with digital banking. It's called modern monetary theory for a reason. Okay, now here we go. Let's dive into this topic real fast. Here is how banks actually work. This is called fractional reserve banking. I want you guys to see what's going on, and then what we'll do is we'll go into the war real fast, just real quickly. And then we kind of go for it. Here is how banks multiply money out of thin air. Okay? Let's get into it.
The bank sets aside 10% or one thing. So if you deposit $10,000 into the bank sets aside 10% or $1,000 and then loans out the rest of your money. The way it works is, say another person comes into the bank and asks for a car loan of $9,000. At this moment, the bank loans out the $9,000 from your original deposit. It isn't there anymore. The borrower then pays the person selling the car, and they go deposit the money into another bank, which is part of the same central banking system. This $9,000 is treated as a new deposit, and the process continues. The money gets redeposited and reloaned until the initial deposit of $10,000 becomes $100,000. The banking system just created $90,000 by loaning out your money.
That's called fractional reserve lending, right? For every $10, right? For every dollar, the bank can 10x that, right? So for every dollar, they can loan out $10. 10x that, right? It's called fractional reserve lending. That's made up money. That's how you ever get a house loan, a car loan, business loan, any type of loan from the bank is done via fractional reserve lending. Make sense? Now, let's go to the next one, guys, real quickly here. Now, let's revisit last week's discussion real quickly concerning this war, okay? Now, so now you understand how banks work. Fractional reserve lending, we got that. Now let's talk about the pivot. The pivot, well, hold on, before we go there, let's bring in someone that talks about how the banks are actually broke. What the hell? I got you, don't got you. It's gonna tie right in to the war, okay? All right, here we go. Listen to this, guys. This is really good, guys. Listen to this.
Broke. All the banks are broke. Deutsche Bank, they're all broke. All the banks are broke. Deutsche Bank, Royal Bank of Scotland. And why are they broke? Because we have a system called fractional reserve banking, which means that banks can lend money that they don't actually have. The artificial printing of money, which if any ordinary person did, they'd go to prison for a very long time. It's a criminal scandal, and it's been going on for too long. And yet governments and central banks do it all the time. So when banks go broke, the taxpayer picks up the tab. It's theft from the taxpayer. They're all...
That is correct. This is the reason why, guys, socialism sucks. It's because socialism makes no money out. Now, that's capitalism, right? That's capitalism, right? But socialism has to borrow from capitalism for it to even function at all. So again, he said the banks are broke. In other words, they're surviving off of made up money. And when they can't pay their bills, right? You remember TARP, the bailout in 2008, and also what happened in the savings and loan debacle in the late 80s. Those were banks making bad decisions off made up money, off fractional reserve lending. Who came to the rescue? The taxpayer, off of tax revenue. Because the government makes no money. They make no good or service. So how do they make the revenue? Taxes. Simple. Now with more printing, made up money, what happens? Inflation. Like a bubble, right? Or it's like a bubble or a balloon. Once it gets too much air, it pops. That's when you have deflation. Now you understand what fractional reserve lending is. Now, with this being stated, the government has a problem now. How do we continue the facade of fractional reserve lending? And if you know how to really benefit from it, use it, right? Because the system, use it, right? How can we continue this fractional reserve lending scenario, but also control the inflation? Because we have to, the system survives off of made up capital, out thin air. Fractional reserve lending is what it is. So how can the government continue the fractional reserve lending scenario but control inflation? In steps in Trump and his plan. All right. That was co-signed initially by Joe Biden. They both agreed with this, right? Here is Trump's whole thing. Now remember, guys, when Trump got into office, the first thing he pushed was the Stable Act. The Genius Act, which is about stable coins. Okay, that's the first thing he pushed. His two most powerful, and I have to say most successful cabinet members are Secretary of Treasury, Scott Bessent, who made his billions in currency exchange, hence why he's over Treasury. And then Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick. Lutnick made his billions in cryptocurrency. Do you see how they kind of marry crypto and treasuries or currencies? Currency exchange. Okay, let's get to it, guys. Here we go.
Trump is about to turn every smartphone on the planet into an American bank account.
What?
And it could trigger the greatest economic boom in American history. It's called a stablecoin, a digital dollar anyone on earth can hold with nothing but a phone. No bank required. and it moves across borders in seconds. Here's how that makes America rich. By law, every stablecoin must be backed by real dollars and U.S. government debt. So every person in Argentina, Nigeria, or Turkey who swaps their collapsing currency for digital dollars forces more American debt to get bought automatically. Now scale that up. Billions of people holding dollars for the first time ever. That's the largest expansion of the dollar in history. America prints the money, the entire world lines up to hold it, and the debt gets funded by global demand instead of American taxpayers. Other countries export oil and cars. America is about to export money itself. That's the boom almost nobody sees coming. And it's already being signed into law. Follow us to...
Did you see what I just saw? Digital dollar. Hello. Shifting responsibility for paying back the debt, because with a stable coin there has to be a dollar behind it, from the taxpayers to include the entire global, so that the U.S. can expand their printing base of the money. Fractional reserve lending again. Hello. Digital, more printing, right? Leveraging. Do you see what I'm talking a lot about digital, about digital banking? You see why? We're here now. The Genius Act has already been signed into law. The Clarity Act will be signed into law, I believe, in a couple of months. And they're done. It's happening. It has to. They have no other choice. They have no choice. Because we have 7.6 trillion, I believe, in taxes going out. And payments going out, right? Right? We only bring in about 5.4 trillion. So we're 2 trillion, roughly 2 trillion in arrears. That's unsustainable. And they say we have $39 trillion in debt. That's actually incorrect. Because in that $39 trillion, that Social Security is not in there. Medicaid or Medicaid, they're not included in that $39 trillion figure. We're actually 200 plus trillion in debt. Now get this, not including, right, Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. It's what they call off-balance sheet accounting. If you and I did this, we'd go to jail for fraud. Just saying, guys. Just saying. Now, lastly, guys. Here we go. I'm going to play the first part of this real quick, you guys. And probably every week I'm going to go a little bit deeper because I don't want to give you too much information. But I want you to get your mind based on digital banking and how you can benefit from this fractional reserve lending system. It's just going to exponentially explode now for digital base. Not based on what I'm saying, based on what we just saw. Okay? All right. So let's bring in real quickly how we're pivoting over to digital. And then guys, we'll be done. Thanks for getting with your partner. Almost done. All right. Here it is. All right. What are we doing? Oh, so wait. Here we go.
By 2023, the world had more. How digital banking is quietly creating the next wave of millionaires. The future of money is no longer being built inside bank branches. It's being built in the cloud. By 2023, the world had more than 235 fully licensed digital banks, with hundreds more offering digital banking services. And here's the real secret. The investors who understand this shift early are the ones who will capture the largest gains in wealth creation over the next decade. Today, you're going to understand that blueprint, how digital banking, neobanks, AI, open APIs, robo-advisors, and embedded finance are rewriting the rules of wealth.
Yes, they are.
And more importantly, how you can use these tools to multiply your money faster, safer, and smarter than ever before. Welcome to Money, Automation, and Growth Hub. Let's break this down like the top 1% would. Section 1, the unbundling of finance.
Listen to this.
The digital banking revolution. The banking system is undergoing a structural shift unlike anything we've seen in 100 years. To understand it, we need to separate three terms most people confuse: online banking, logging into a traditional bank's website; mobile banking, using the traditional bank's smartphone app; digital banks, neobanks, banks with zero physical branches, operating entirely online. This last category is the true disruptor. Digital banks grew rapidly between 2009 and 2014 because they solved a problem legacy banks can't fix: cost structure.
Yeah.
Traditional banks run expensive physical branches, rigid IT systems, and massive staffing layers. Digital banks do not. And because of that, neobanks can offer higher interest on savings, lower or zero fees, faster onboarding, modern tools like budgeting dashboards and automated insights. Their cost advantage is so massive that even with full FDIC protection and heavy regulation, neobanks can still offer better pricing and higher yields.
Yes, they can.
But the biggest breakthrough, they remove geography from banking. This is why digital banks became a driving force for global financial inclusion, especially in developing markets. Section 2, the technology that makes it all possible.
So again, guys, I love in that first section how they actually broke that down, right? I want to give you too much information because this is so good. So good, guys. But guys, the world is going digital. Banking is going to shift so much wealth. And those that are positioned the right way will be able to take advantage of it. Whenever I call it the deregulation of the banking industry, right? That's my term. And I know people that made millions when it came to the deregulation of electricity nationally, as well as those that made millions when it came to deregulation of telecommunications. Whenever there's a deregulation or a change in an industry, wealth is never destroyed, it is merely transferred. And now it's being transferred. So again, every week I'm gonna go a little bit deeper on this topic so that people can really understand what's really going on. I'm gonna tie it into real estate too, right? Because real estate is going toward the tokenization or blockchain or crypto, to where you can actually, right, be able to offer tokens or coins. People can actually own shares of a house, a building, maybe even a car, land. They're already doing it now. Tokenization or digital, we're here, guys. It ain't going nowhere. All right, guys. Well, guys, man, thank you so much for your time, guys. I hope you had a good time. Tomorrow, we're going to do Real Estate Live a little bit earlier, guys. Tomorrow, because of I have some prior games, so you probably see us come on in the morning, right? It's a little bit of a sneak peek of what we're talking about on Real Estate Friday Live. Here we go. Sir, there's a GC right there, Cliff.
Go. It's piers. We got concrete piers and wood piers.
Yes, sir.
Checklist. Check out the checklist.
Yes,
we got it for everything we need.
Yes, sir.
You forget some things sometimes. So this is going to outline, make sure you hit every single thing. What's the foundation, plumbing, electric, painting, flooring, everything. So you don't miss anything.
Okay.
You want to make sure you get all your checks.
Okay. I want to introduce you guys to Cliff Hunter. Cliff is a world-renowned flipper. He actually flips. He's also a GC as well. He's a good contractor. When it comes to all of our renovations, all over the nation, you'll talk to this guy right here. Guys, this is called the Investor's Edge Real Estate Friday training platform, guys, on Friday. Hey, guys, every Friday at 5 p.m. CST. I'm going to change it real fast. I don't like all this stuff here. I'm going to say real estate training. Gotcha. There we go. Save it. There we go. Boom. There we go. It makes it look better. Real estate training, guys, every Friday at 5 p.m. on all platforms, guys. Talk about all the real estate. We're going to be talking about the tokenization of real estate, guys. All right, talking about that, and also, guys, real quickly, I am beginning the Countermove Podcast interview series, guys. It is back. It's a little bit sneak peek of that as well. Here we go. One of the many questions that I receive is, Liddell, how do I get into those rooms? Well, this interview series is just for you. So welcome to the room.
We on now. They respect us cause we on now. Money up, run a whole town, don't we? This power money can't slow down. Money won't slow down.
Now, that's the interview series, guys, for the Countermove Podcast. Yeah, we got some fire coming to you guys as well. You're going to like guys. But, guys, thanks so much for your time. God bless you. You've been kicking with your brother for about an hour and a half. Appreciate you guys. God bless you. Hope I added some value to you guys. If you want to talk to me, guys, one-on-one with your partner, I am on Connect, guys. You can ask me any questions you want to ask me, guys. Hold on. Let me do this real fast first. My bad, y'all. This is the better one for you guys. There we go. I am on Connect. I don't like that one either, guys. Hold on one sec. My bad, y'all. I am on Connect, guys. You're welcome to come kick it with your partner. Nope. Let's go back here. My bad, y'all. Here I am. I'm on Connect, guys. Come kick with your partner, guys. You want to talk to me about business, finance, marriage, politics, questions. It could be a DM. It could be a video message. It could be a video call. You can schedule time to talk with me. Whatever you want to do, guys, I'm on the app, Connect. Come kick it with your partner. Also, guys, if you're wanting our Distressed Property Investing ebook, I would say that you make money when you buy, guys, not when you sell, guys. It is a free ebook. It's completely free, guys. Scan the QR code here on the screen. Or click on the show notes below, guys. Again, you make money when you buy, not when you sell, guys. And there's a strategy in that book where you can locate properties in your city, county, or state, guys, for free. All right, guys. I learned this from a wholesale land investor, guys. All right, guys. And lastly, guys, if you want to know a little bit more about digital banking, guys, don't you worry, your partner got you, man. Again, free information. It's right there, free. Scan on the QR code right here on the screen. Or click on the link below, guys. I always say build wealth, bank smarter, live better, guys. Again, I'm going hard and paint on this because this is a business model that no one has heard of or is even talking about. So the best time to understand a model or change in an industry is at the beginning. Here we are. You can't say that you didn't know. All right, guys. But guys, thanks so much for your time. God bless you. You know how to end it every single time, guys. Before you leave, baby, and while you can, baby, you see that thing. Take that damn picture for your mom and them. How did you partner? God bless you guys. See you guys tomorrow morning. All right, y'all. Peace.
Right now, someone in your phone contacts is buying a coffee. Someone else just got a notification that their monthly subscription renewed. The average person taps their card more than 30 times a month and auto-pays nearly a dozen subscriptions. These are regular habits that lead to daily and monthly spending. But what if every single one of those microtransactions paid you? Introducing Dingo Blue, a powerful financial technology platform built for the way people actually live today. Powered by the ACN direct sales infrastructure, Dingo Blue gives your network a frictionless mobile account. 16.6 trillion. That's how much money is sitting in checking and savings accounts across the United States right now. Now, imagine getting paid when your customers simply do what they're already doing every day. When they keep a balance in their savings and checking accounts, you earn every single month a small percentage of what is in those accounts. When they tap their card for groceries, you earn. When they fill up their tank, pay their bills, grab a coffee, book a trip, or shop online, you earn. Every swipe, every purchase, every month. Every transaction creates another powerful opportunity to earn income through everyday purchases people are already making. Bills, gas, online checkouts, every swipe creates another opportunity. Dingo Blue aggregates those micro percentages, building a compounding residual pipeline directly to you. You acquire the customer once. You monetize their lifestyle indefinitely. No legacy fees. Total transparency. Banking services are provided securely by our licensed FDIC-insured partner bank, giving your network institutional-grade protection. Stop funding someone else's success. Start creating your own. Tap into your pre-approved marketing toolkit, connect with your network, and launch your Dingo Blue engine now.
To learn more about this banking-as-a-service digital banking business model and to see how it can potentially benefit you financially to build wealth, click on the link below, scan the QR code, or DM me the word bank. I'll send you the details. Stay blessed and holla at your partner.
Okay, so you did fixes and flips first, or were they? Now it sounds like you're more buying whole. Okay, so you're wholesaling first. Okay,
because I was broke. I had no credit. I had no money. So I had to get some money coming in. So I learned how to do wholesale.
And you were doing wholesaling at the good time too.
2000.
When it wasn't so saturated. There was.
I kind of saw the debacle coming. Okay, it didn't make any sense. I was like, wait a minute, how can you lend out to retail buyers 99.7%?
Yeah,
just a little bit of a down tick. It's insolvent.
And you got to remember, in some states, because I lived in Florida at the time, you could have loan to value above 100% of your property.
Right.
The first property that I bought, it was 110%. We left the bank with like $30,000.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was amazing to me. I was like, why am I not doing this all the time? But then clearly 08, 09 let me know why people shouldn't have been doing that all the time.
08, 09, that's why I made that lion's share of my money.
Wow, okay.
Actually running from the cows, I was running to it.
Of course.
Because I saw it was coming.
Okay.
A lot of my business colleagues back then were buying flippers.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was wise for me to share 50% of my profit with Uncle Sam. He didn't do no work.
Okay.
So why would I give him free money?
Of course.
Okay, how can I make sure I'm still legal, but keep the lion's share of the cash flow?
Of course.
So I began studying the tax code with my accountants and CPAs, and I said, okay, I'm going to buy a whole lot of properties. Now watch this. I actually buy a lot of properties, and I take home money when I actually acquire it. Every single time.
Okay, you need to break that down just a little bit.
If you'd like to learn how successful real estate investors make money when they acquire real estate and not when they sell it, click on the link below, swipe up, DM me the word real estate to download our free ebook, Distressed Property Investing. The blueprint is in the ebook. Stay blessed. I'll let your partner and download the ebook today.